G'day guys, welcome to the channel. We are doing some pipe laying. Now we're making do with the tools we got, which is a D11, and borrowed a couple of bits and bobs to make up a pipe layer, and yeah, I think we're going to be good to go. Now there is a fair bit of mucking around that happened yesterday, and we gave up and come back today, so I'll put all of that on the end of the video, but we'll see how we go today. It looks like the it's working all right. Now we did, like I said before, we did have some troubles with a few things breaking, and we've heavily modified it, so hopefully all goes well. We can see how deep we're going here. There is actually part of the old pipe from our mucking around yesterday that's been dragged along, but it's just going to have to be how it is. We've got Dad's on the merry-go-round over there, enjoying it. Hey, we did what, 250 metres after the 50 metres of wasted pipe yesterday, but she's deep.
Well, you got. I'm not going over the bank here, Phil. That's your job. But I'm quite happy with what I'm doing. It looks good.
Looks like we're going about 1.2 metres deep, which is great. The deeper the better, really. But we're just putting a joiner in now, and it's yeah.
Hey Matt, let go of the camera and do a bit of work here.
It's my day off. So we're just got to make sure the fittings go on nice and properly, because we don't want to have to come back and deal with it. So going over the contour and in the contour, we want to go as deep as we can, so we never come in contact with the pipe again. But looks like it's just a bit soft here where Phil's already made this contour and slipping a bit, but we're still going, so there'll still be at least 1 metre under that, which should be more than enough. Looks like we're going to do another join. That'll do. Well, we're all a bit exhausted really, but spinner, we need someone needs to run alongside it and spin it, otherwise it can kink the hose. So yeah, the old shoulders are a bit sore, but we'll take that in turns a little bit. So that's about 1 kilometre from here down to the dam there, and we've got another maybe 150 metres or so to get up. Yeah, just head up straight through here, through these trees. We originally weren't going to be doing this, that's why the trees aren't cleared already, so we're going to have to do a bit of trickery, and Phil's going to have to clear a little bit while we're ripping. Obviously we can't back up or do anything, so we're just going to sink the blade down a little bit and just skim along, and yeah, that way, well, that's the only option we got. We'll give it a try, see what happens. Alright, we got through the tricky bit. I was a bit hands on deck there, so I had no footage, but we're going through the rocky section now. Doesn't need to be that deep here, so we're still going in probably 400 mil, which is decent. How long you been waiting to do this, Dad?
A long time.
How many years?
It was a dream.
Oh, well, once we got going, it's probably been three hours to lay over 1 kilometre through some challenging terrain, but it's pretty good. So So we're just going to run her out of the ground now, and that's where it'll be. There we go, eh? Well, it all held.
Well, that's amazing.
Now all the folks here will see what the troubles we had getting this to work properly, but it didn't give an ounce of trouble once we got that sorted.
This is the sort of stuff you do, isn't it? One off research and build.
I picked the wrong way, he's following me.
And if it leaks, we put a new pipe down.
So part of the challenge was getting that thing to pivot still, because where we were going through the trees here, we had to turn a little bit, and yeah, if that was just solidly mounted, you'd have no end of trouble. So it all worked really well. Not quite sure how we're going to get that ute out of there, but I might go and let the others sort that one out. Look at that. We'll cut back probably now to yesterday, just for those that are interested in some of the trials we had getting this to work. But it's a nice feeling to have it all work just how it's meant to, so that's good. Actually a lovely day. We're here a little bit earlier because I think Dad is a bit obsessed with this job that we're about to do. We are by no means pipe layers, but we figure we've got a D11 and we need to put a decent sized water pipe fairly deep, so we'll use what we got. We actually are using or borrowed this pipe layer attachment, so we welded some tags onto the ripper, and so it can pivot and do its thing. And we are going to run this pipe from the big dam down here all the way up to the hill, about 1 kilometre or so. And yeah, because with the new solar pump we're running a bit too high pressures than what the old windmill used to do. I missed the startup. He beat me to it. So we've also got this little spinner, and that's going to be what helps us feed it, so should be good. And we've got a couple of Phil's kids helping. They're on holidays, so make the most out of them. Now I was going to say to Phil that we think you're a bit obsessed, but what's your self-assessment? Are you a bit obsessed with this job, or are you just keen to get it done?
I get obsessed about any job. It's the most important thing that's happening on the farm, whatever I'm doing. It's always been that way, you know.
Yeah, no, that's probably a fair comment.
But your day's coming.
Yeah, I get obsessed about lots of things, but I've got to try and keep it in check.
Oh, well, he said to get it organised, so I've tried to do that, so we'll see how well the organising is going.
See what happens. So we're just making it up as we go?
Yeah, well, we'll adapt on the fly.
Hope for the best.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we've got a lot more people here than we need, if we knew what we were doing.
Well, it's always good to have extras, isn't it? So we probably want to go down about 1 metre roughly, isn't it? So we'll probably sink that. We'll probably sink that all the way, you know.
I'll get him to crank that up.
Make sure we don't knock over what's left of the windmill. Hey Dad, Do you quickly want to explain why that windmill's bent?
One day when it was starting to squeak, I thought I'll tie that up, and because weren't using it, so I tied a chain from the fan to the tail, but somehow it slipped off down the tail and came down close to the stem, which is a pretty bad, means I didn't tie it in the right spot in the right way, and then it slipped down, and then a whirlwind come along, big whirlwind, went whee, and that was it. It was
a bit sad.
Very self-inflicted.
But
I'm doing more of that as I get older.
We're probably all going to be doing more of that. This is a bit we've got to concentrate so we don't kink the hose. Just got to hold it now. We're going to drop the tine down another hole. It's probably sitting at about a little bit over 1/2 metre, and we want to go a bit deeper than that, so it's also squashing and peeling up the dirt a bit just with what the tine's bringing up. So we just grab a hammer, and it shouldn't be too long, and we can drop it a hole, which will be well and truly enough, I'd say. We've got a bit to play with there. Righto, we decided to go all the way. Biggest thing is we just don't want dirt. We don't want dirt going in there like that, so I might need to extend it. Yeah, because the dirt's starting to go into that, isn't it? So maybe the second hole would have been better to push a bit of the dirt away. Righto, so he just had an intermission there while we extended the tube there, because there was dirt going in the guide tube, which yeah, wouldn't end well with the wet sticky dirt. So we're yeah, can go a bit deeper now, which is good. Whoop, whoop. It's not ideal. It's broken the weld. Well, at least the positive side is we're learning. Now, it shouldn't be this difficult sometimes, but sometimes it just is. But yes, we have got one problem sorted out, and we're able to go the depth we wanted, but we only got yeah, about 10 metres, and yeah, the top pipe that we'd put on there to stop the dirt going in broke off, so we had to just lift it up and wreck the pipe anyway. So we're coming up with another idea, potentially just getting a bit of sheet metal and yeah, just putting it around the shank to stop the dirt. And yeah, we're going to have to just cut the pipe and start again, I think. Right, so we've had to make some modifications. We've re-welded it with a fair bit more weld. We've got it supported with ratchet straps. Now those ratchet straps are probably going to break or bust off, but it might get us past this first bank where we need to go a bit deeper. With this, well, we are going to leave it for today. I think we're still in a bit of holiday mode, so don't want to overdo it. But yes, what happened is just went in a bit too quick, which forced this up a little bit. It wasn't much, but just enough to break one of the bolts that was holding this to the tine, and then that kicked back a bit and broke up that thing up there again. So we'll just take this up, get that all fixed up, come back down, and yeah, I think we got a good concept going here, but we've just got some teething issues. Well, what we should have been done by now, but there's just fun and games. So we got it started. We're just, yeah, we've done a fairly heavy modifications. Put a bit of sheet metal around it. We've welded on that pipe a bit better and re-welded the lugs, and yeah, she's pretty solid now. But yeah, we just had to make sure when we release the ripper that, or the weight of the ripper came down, that it doesn't pinch the pipe. So we've just got to be careful for that, but it's all relaxed now. So we'll I think we're going to come back tomorrow and do it in the morning and see how that all goes.